Hey guys, so this is going to be the final update on my Earthquake Slayer, and there's two themes that this Slayer does. Now let's quickly go over the passive skill tree. So for Ascendancies, your first 4 points are going to be heading towards Headsman, then you're going to pick up Impact, then you're going to pick up Endless Hunger as your 8th point. The main theme for this Slayer is as much AoE as possible, with as much attack speed as possible, with as much skill effect duration reduced as possible. So instead of getting damage over time nodes, I've actually opted to drop them and rely on gear to get the damage over time. So the skill tree is pretty simple actually. You just basically get as much attack speed as possible and pick up all the efficient life nodes as well. So as you're leveling, Art of Gladiator, Golem's Blood, pick up Iron Reflexes and Ambidextrous, then head over here, pick up the Art of Warrior, take this path over here, Barbarism, Resolute Technique. You can pick up Bonebreaker last, basically when you are like level 80-ish, you can pick up these. But continue on moving over here, and then afterwards you start heading towards Constitution, Scattering Runes, pick up Shaper, because it's really nice to have some regen for lab running. So let's actually talk about the gear choices before I do anything too exciting. You are going to be playing Earthquake, which means main hand is the only thing that matters in terms of DPS. So this main hand, Breath of the Council, costs quite a bit since it's 5% off perfect. I paid about 50 chaos for this. The chaos damage is also perfect, which is 80, and that's exactly what you want on your offhand. So right off the bat, my poison damage from these two weapons are gaining 160. So it's equivalent to me picking up damage over time here and dirty techniques 2.5 times. So in terms of like points saved for poison damage, running 2 of these is absolutely worth it to be able to drop basically all of these passive nodes and all of the bloodletting over here. Let's continue. To make this build work the way that I'm going to show you guys, you're going to need a Void Heart, which allows you to bleed and poison. Then you're also going to need to run a Warped Timepiece with maxed out reduced skill effect. So when you run these two with a 30% Earthquake reduction helm, your 6th link, instead of running poison, you can actually run rapid decay. So what ends up happening is your aftershock procs in 0.25 seconds. So if you look carefully here, my attack time is actually 0.33 right now, which means I can hold down my right click right now and it will actually aftershock every single hit like this. So because I'm attacking so fast, my damage is actually insane. So the tooltip does not account for the aftershock damage, and the aftershock damage is equivalent to almost me doing 3 times damage, since it's going like this. So basically what you want to do with this build is, instead of running a Ancestral War Chief, which you would normally do on a traditional Earthquake character that scales bleed and poison, you actually want to run Ancestral Protector, since I'm scaling poison over bleed, running 2 Breath of the Councils. So when I run Ancestral Protector, my attack time becomes 0.27, which brings it that much closer to the Aftershock, allowing me to do something like this, which is absurd. So I'm going to show you what the build feels like right now. And then I have to settle with this for now, because I could show you maps, but it's pointless because there's absolutely no difference between Drive Lakes and Tier 12 and under. anything above tier 12 just basically means you have to earthquake twice this once. Yeah, that's pretty much the build. When it comes to bosses and DPS, I've done Pale Council on this build. I've also done Wither Lab. Pretty much done everything, and the only thing I would say this build has difficulty doing is probably Atsiri, because of the insane amount of AoE that you have. You are going to one-shot yourself to mirror phase. So this is going to be with concentrated effect, still pretty damn large right now. So it's too risky to bring into Atsiri, but for any other content you can do, single target reflect is a joke. So if there's a reflect mob, even with all of this stuff up, conk effect, 6 link, I literally take no damage from it. However, you probably cannot run a physical reflect map because what's actually happening is Endless Hunger makes single target reflect a lot more safe. Like you still spike down to maybe something like 80% of your life if you hit a single target reflect mob with just the aftershock and not the initial hit. But because your aftershock comes in like 0.25, if you proc Immortal Call with the initial hit, it blocks the aftershock for you, which is quite amazing. So now let's find Bull right now and show you guys how fast I can take him down. It's gonna be hilarious. There's Fall. And yeah, that's pretty much the build. It's actually really fun. And yep, I'll see you guys next time.